Hello, our beautiful mystery seekers. Welcome back to Mystery Sisters. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Crystal.
How are you doing today, my lovely sister?
I'm struggling real hard. I'm 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 actually currently fighting a borderline episode in my head. So this week is actually kind of hard for me.
That's why we're laughing so much right now, because man, has it been a tough week. And then also a tough night trying to get this out for you guys.
Okay, Crystal is struggling. I like we've already stated before, we do have borderline. And currently right now I am going through some stuff and I'm not dealing with it very well, but it's okay because I got this. I have actually I'm going to therapy. I have my DBT skills. I got this. I'm okay.
You sure you got this? Or
You
do
know
I need
what?
to go to, or do I need to go down there and whoop your butt?
I'm pretty sure you don't want to come down here though.
I would. I mean, I feel like Arizona or wow, why did I think you're here with me right now? I missed you so much.
I know I miss you too.
It's been so long since I've been to Utah. I miss Utah so much.
Yeah, but with today's episode, I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't want to go here because I'm gonna take you to some interesting places.
I would love to see those interesting places because I've been told so many people by so many people how beautiful Utah is. Every time I mention I was born there, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I think Utah's so beautiful." And I'm like, "It is beautiful."
Yeah. You Utah is beautiful, I guess, in a way. I mean, I'm obviously not from here, but this is my home and it does have its beautiful sights, but there's also a lot of creepy stuff that goes on down here.
There's creepy stuff. Do tell.
Yeah. So today's episode is about urban legends, and I decided to share a story about Utah's. And before we get into that, Maddie, do you know your state's laws?
I know the generic ones. And guys, I'm gonna be stuttering a lot. I kid you not, because I told you, or as we're trying to tell you, this week has been terrible.
Screw this week. But on top of that, I'm going to say that every state actually has their own unique set of laws that is to that state only.
Hmm. I feel like after this episode, I should look up Arizona's.
I'm probably going to look up Arizona's after this too because I love. So the thing about me is I love learning new things. And while we were looking up urban legends about our states, I did learn some stuff about Utah. So apparently in Utah, there is a legend that there was they don't specify what kind of whale, but based off the skeleton picture that I have found, it's like a great whale skeleton at the Great Salt Lake on the coast of it.
Huh?
Yeah. And if you've ever been to the Great Salt Lake at Utah, it's pretty shallow for the most part. Like, definitely a whale could not live there. But there is an urban legend that goes back like hundreds and hundreds of years ago that there was a skeleton found there. And so we actually have a law that states that you cannot hunt whales in the Great Salt Lake.
You have a law about not hunting great white whales?
No, no, no. You can't hunt any whales. It doesn't matter what kind of whale it is. Like, you can't hunt whales.
I didn't even know Utah had whales.
We don't have whales. That's So, because we have this law, because the Great Salt Lake is the fact that it's basically kind of like ocean water. It is salty water and the right temperature that whales and most ocean-like creatures can live in, but it's too shallow. Obviously, we don't actually have any of that stuff. But there is an urban legend here in Utah that if you find that, it might be true because I mean it is illegal to hunt whales in Utah.
Oh my God. I want our viewers to tell us if they actually seen one.
Well, so there is a picture of it, but they said that it was faked, but I don't know. I think they're actually trying to hide something. Maybe they were trying to create something there.
Well, I mean, they obviously hiding something, and then when what we just found out a year ago that aliens are real, a year or
Only
two.
a only a year or two ago. Come on, where have you been? Aliens are real,
But they
100%.
actually finally confirmed it. They actually confirmed it.
Area 51. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God. All I'm saying is they finally confirmed it, which meaning that all the conspiracy about all this stuff and they confirmed it.
That's not conspiracies. I'm sorry. If you're a non-believer, like,
It doesn't even
what do
matter
you
about being non-believers or not. At first, conspiracy hunters were trying to hunt actual real life aliens, and then now they're confirmed.
And I can also confirm that there are zombies. But that's for another story.
All I was saying is today's topic is on urban legends. If you heard about anything and everything that's crazy, that that's not typically, you know, could be true or it can be true. Obviously, everyone knows about what Candyman, Bloody Mary, why am I blanking on some? Like all those like ghost stories, they're all based like on urban legends of people
Well,
telling their stories.
there's my one of my favorite horror movies is Urban Legends.
Oh, I
And
love that movie.
there is the one like I always get so scared when I'm driving at night because I want to make sure my lights are working because of that one with the flash. If you flash your lights
Oh my God, I know which one you're talking
or like
about.
or like the axe murderer in your back seat if you don't
Oh,
lock your car doors.
I know. I have to check my car at the back of my like seat every single time I get in my car now.
I'm
Oh
like
my God.
I love Urban Legends so much, and that movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. If you have not watched it, please do
We
because
highly recommend it.
it it does show a whole lot of like different types of urban legends and it coming and then coming to life.
Oh, I yeah, highly recommend it. Obviously, those ghost stories that people tell their story and then it ends up become an urban
But
legend.
but the thing about urban legends are they're not just technically ghost stories. They do come from a space of truth.
True. And that is where my story is actually going to come in first.
Yay.
Obviously, I live in Arizona, and I don't know if you guys know much about Arizona. There's not really much here, but dirt, cactuses, rattlesnakes, you can name them all. Um, what's interesting about Arizona is that it is the sixth largest state in the nation, and the state boasts 32 state parks along with 22 national parks and monuments. Only one of the seven wonders of the world is a canyon, and that's why Arizona's official nickname is the Grand Canyon State. Arizona is the only state that contains a part of all four of North America's deserts, the Sonoran, Chihuahua, Mojave, and Great Basin. And when I was like trying to find a good urban legend for you guys, Um, I was looking all over, and actually, my daughter's dad was telling me he was like about the chupacabra, and I feel like everyone knows about like the chupacabra, and I didn't really find that interesting when I was searching my urban legends. And what's great about Arizona is that Arizonians like to call this place a land of anomalies because of the contrast and contradiction that make the Grand Canyon State unique. And basically, what like Arizona is a hot state. Obviously, like you'll see like people posting on TikToks about them frying an egg or cooking cookies in their car because of how hot the state is.
I won't
It's
lie. I ask Maddie on a daily basis, how is it down, there?
basically because when it's summertime, I kid you not, like you're outside, you're already sweating through your clothes. Like you'll see your sweat stains and everything, no matter what you're wearing. You could be wearing black and you can still see it. That's how hot it is here. And that's what makes Arizona a place that lives by its myth and legends. I found one that was dated back in the 1800s. I didn't know about this state park when I was looking up urban legends, and I've only been in a few places here in Arizona. The only actual trail place I've been to is the White Takes. That's the only place I ever trailed. I never really went anywhere here. I've been here in Surprise basically my whole life. I work in Glendale, been to Peoria, a little bit in Mesa. Like I've only been in a few select places. I even only been to Flagstaff once. And that was during the only time we get snow is in Flagstaff, by the way. So Arizona does get snow.
Oh, I do remember when you took the baby there, her
Yes.
first time seeing snow.
Oh, her face was all red. We were trying to keep her warm and she was just so little, but I wanted her to experience snow for the first time so she can kind of get used to it when like we try to take her every once a year.
Yeah, bring her here to Utah. We have lots of it.
And it is not like I don't know how long actually Flagstaff will get their snow, but it does snow pretty well there. Um, basically, so the state park that I found out about, it's called the Lost Dutchman State Park. And I started thinking, I was like, wait, the Flying Dutchman? Isn't that like isn't that
SpongeBob.
I was like, that kind of just intrigued me. I was like, there's a state park called the Lost Dutchman. So I started getting really into that. And I was like, what's the Lost Dutchman? So backstory behind the Lost Dutchman is that it is located in Pinel 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 I was don't know how to say this. See, I don't have not been to very much places. It's in Pinel County, Arizona, on the Apache Trail north of Apache Junction. So I've never been there, obviously. Now I'm kind of intrigued and I kind of want to go there, but
Wait till I come there. Let's go.
When you hear about this story, I, I want to know if you still want to come here because then we might either end up lost or missing.
You want to take a vacation to the Bermuda Triangle?
Ooh, I really want to talk about Surrey on that. Tell us if you want to hear
All
about
right.
the Bermuda Triangle.
I want to hear about Arizona. Let's go.
Um, there's not much really about it, just that it's still open. It was actually going to be closed. I didn't know you could close a park or mountain trail, but it was scheduled to close on June 3rd, 2010. But a nice person from Texas donated $8,000 to the park to stay open. I kind of want to know why. I want to know why. If like, well, I feel like I know why because on the topic, which is about that apparently there's lost gold there.
What do you mean?
Apparently, in the 1800s, this man named Jacob, what was his last name? Sorry, I lost it for a minute. Um, so yeah, in the late 1800s, just after the gold rush, a German prospector named Jacob Waltz reportedly started showing up in Phoenix with a lot of gold ore. And I don't know, I obviously not good with my history. Sorry, guys. I gotta work on that. But he reportedly said it came from a secret mine in the Superstition Mountains, which that's what they called the Lost Dutchman State Park. Technically, it was technically called the Superstition Mountain. So like in the 1800s when the gold rush happened, everyone was like they struck gold and whatnot. But he moved to Arizona but died in 1891. Before he died, he buried the gold and only told one person, which was his neighbor, Julia Thompson.
Hmm.
Um, apparently she's the only one that knew the location of it. And what makes it so unique is that the area is known like today, as of right now, as a masquerade grounds. It there was in 1848, according to legend, like the party was ambushed by Apaches and were all killed for one or two family members who escaped into Mexico.
Oh, so basically, if I wanted to unalive anybody, take them there.
Apparently, because even then, like there has been from I think then, from what I read, it was from 8,000 people from the 1800s to now all try to find this gold, but they could not find it at all. Even said that Julia Thompson, who apparently known the location, she couldn't even find it either.
I feel like if I was the original person who hid it, I would hide it and lie about where I hid it to like keep people guessing for the rest of their lives, and then I go down in history of being the most important person ever with all this gold.
There has been several routes and maps laid out of the whole state park land from the 1800s still now that they marked where they try to find it, and to this day, because of like how the earth is growing and how like like the mountains developed and everything just growing on top of each other, that it could possibly be long gone in the depths of the earth.
Nah, it wouldn't go that depth. I feel like we could find it. Let's go, Maddie. We're gonna make a trip now.
You want to try to make a trip? You want to try to find it?
Maybe. But speaking of which, so you said yours was set in the 1800s?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have something actually, another interesting fact about Utah. We have a ranch that actually goes back pretty far. So we have a ranch. Technically, it was called the Sherman Ranch, but now it's called the Skinwalker Ranch. It is about 512 acres in southeast Ballard of Utah, where you have a lot of creepy stuff that happens.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear about it.
So it seems to be the main spot for paranormal or UFO related activities.
So like aliens, like what we were just talking about earlier.
Okay, but yeah, yes. But has anybody ever actually talked to an alien, had physical picture proof?
Um, didn't the like FBI people confirmed it to the world about aliens because everyone
Well,
kept
that's what
posting about their sightings.
exactly. Area 51. Come on, guys. Okay, so if you know the legend of the Skinwalker, that has kind of to do with this, but not entirely. So it is named Skinwalker Ranch because of the Skinwalker of Navajo legend, which is concerning vengeful for shamans. Basically, you do something wrong or anything of the ordinary, and they do seek vengeance.
Oop.
Yeah. So basically in the Sherman slash Skinwalker Ranch, we do have a lot of sightings of UFOs or unidentified flying objects. Sorry, cannot speak today.
We both can't.
Um, Also though, it is a ranch, so there are animals,
Hmm.
whole lot of animals. What if you came across a bull with glowing red eyes and you shoot at it with a shotgun and it does nothing?
I would feel like I'm in a movie.
Well, apparently, according to people, this is what happens. According to people at the Skinwalker Ranch, they do face cattle and other animals with glowing red eyes and they shoot at them and it does not phase them, does not hurt them, does not stop them, nothing.
What?
Yeah, we've had sightings of this since the very first owner of the Sherman Ranch, which was back in the 1800s. Um and then in 1934 to only 1934 to 1936 was Kenneth and Edith. They do not explain why they sold the ranch. And then it does go to the Shermans, and they held on to it as long as they possibly could, but people were going missing, cattle were going missing, and then showing up mutilated, like no eyes and red stuff all over the place. I don't want to get banned, but you know what I mean.
Basically some glory stuff.
Yeah, really bad stuff. Like they would go missing and then show back up and then were mutilated. They were completely unalived.
That sounds like a work of a serial killer right there.
Yeah, but serial killers usually go for roadkill, like raccoons, things like that.
True.
Anyways, the Sherman Ranch is still currently owned by a completely different owner though. Currently right now from actually past 2016 to now, by Brandon Fugel. He is also working with our Lehigh Museum. Uh, Supernatural stuff is still happening at night though. So a lot of ghost hunters go there at night and they actually capture a lot of footage about this stuff.
So, are we gonna go stay there for the night?
You want to go camping?
I'll bring the wine.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I'm
You
kidding.
haven't been you haven't been to Utah in a while.
I have not actually. I have no
I
idea
think
what changed about it.
I think that you should come here and I will go searching for gold.
Wait, what? We're switching? We're switching now? You're gonna
No, 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 no. We're gonna go together.
No, then we should find the gold first. What if we end up missing from these people who are doing all
We're not.
this?
You really think aliens want us?
Um, well, yeah, if people are ending up missing,
Nobody's ending up missing. It's fine. It's just cattle and stuff. A lot of people are saying that UFOs are coming around, but there's no actual proof of it. That's why it's an urban legend.
I'll bring the camera. We'll debunk this. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So tell me more about this ranch.
Okay, so the ranch was is about 512 acres, you know, big, and there's been incredible sightings of unidentified unidentified flying objects, which is obviously UFOs, but they don't say that back then. They just say that there's something in the sky. And then they come and take all their cattle and people go missing. It's honestly, my boyfriend even said that he's like, "Hey, you want to go to Skinwalker Ranch?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." He won't even go with me at night. He's
Wait, your
like,
boyfriend? He's the one that's offering to take you and he won't even go at night to go see this?
"No." He said he'll go during the day, and then he even said if anything happens, he's gonna kick me in the knees and leave me there.
The the whole point of that experience and to see this urban legend to see if it's actually true is to go and experience it.
Honestly, though, if UFOs exist, this is where I'm at. You're not only gonna see them at night.
True. Well, I feel like though every sighting has been at night though.
That's where the conspiracy theory comes into play, though. Because so while I was deep searching Utah's urban legends, a lot of ours is based off in cemeteries and, creepy stuff happening around certain graves or mausoleums. Mausoleums. I believe in that stuff.
True. I
So,
believe in that stuff also. Because when I was researching Arizona, the only like I wanted to look up real urban legends about like something that people are trying to make true and they still ended up missing. And like you never know. This state park could be haunted to this day, even if you probably go at night. Who knows? But
exactly.
but when I was researching Arizona's, I mean, I knew about the one that happened in like the thousands of killings that happened in Jerome, Arizona. Like that's true, and that's like not even like an urban legend, but it's still a ghost story because people say to this day that it's haunted, if
No,
you
I
believe in ghosts or not.
see, and I do, and that's why I chose not to do any of this. But I also believe in aliens, and there has been a huge amount of witnesses, even like credible witnesses that have stayed that they have seen even animals with glowing red eyes. They shot them. Not that they didn't know they were animals then, but like they would shoot them and nothing would phase them, only to find out it was the animals. They had like glowing red eyes and nothing touches them at night.
So you think it's a skinwalker?
It could be a skinwalker.
Because there has been people talks about skinwalkers.
Oh, don't even get me on that. I have a daughter. I have a daughter who is super obsessed with YouTube, and when I told her I was doing the Skinwalker Ranch, she's like, "Skinwalkers? No, no, no. I'm gonna say it right now. The Sherman Ranch is named Skinwalker Ranch because it's based off the Skinwalker of Navajo. It is the punishment and vengefulness of the shamans, not actual skinwalkers. But I do distress the fact that Skinwalker Ranch does have its story about the fact that people are going missing, animals are going missing, and then they kind of show up not in the right state.
Weird. That
I
is very
actually
interesting.
I actually just watched a Netflix series about it though. So if you have Netflix, look it up because it's Skinwalker Ranch. It's actually pretty interesting, and that's right here in this state.
It has its own show too.
It really does. And
Oh.
I spent 4 days watching it.
When I was searching mine is still going to be a legend to this day unless someone actually finds the gold. There has been reports there has been false reports of people finding the gold, but not they have not. And the only thing that makes this a legend not so much of a legend is that a body was found in I think 2009, 2010. He was missing. Like he went there. He was very, very like so into about this urban legend on finding that gold that he took a trip there after he quit his job and went out there to go search for it. And they confirmed who it was. And I don't really want to say his name out of respect of the family. She did talk about in her or did talk an article about her son, but out of respect, I don't want to say his name, but he was found. And it's because that they knew that he was trying to find it. And um they found his campsite. It was somewhere near it actually. Um where I can't remember where they said it now. Oh. Yeah, they found like his truck, his campsite, they found everything. And then that's when they knew he was missing. And later on, yeah, um, he disappeared. Yeah, it was 2009. So he disappeared November 2009. And his campsite was filled with books and just like people allegedly mapping out the area of where they already looked for the gold. And then they found his body 3 years later.
Oh, wow.
So it's still a legend to this day. And the only way it would be broken is if anyone ended up finding that gold. But no matter how much I would research, if the possibilities is endless, it's not going to be findable just the way because of how the or like how how the earth is growing basically, because like they said
No,
that it could be buried deep, deep, deep into a mine that he hid in the 1800s.
wow.
Now, I was good with math, but not on the top of my head. 1800 to 2024, honey. You do the math.
Yeah, numbers are not my subject.
No, I think you're better at it than me.
No, I'm a grammar Nazi. I can't do that. But yeah, that is definitely over 100 years ago. So that's a long time.
It's a very long time to even try to find gold.
I still believe we could do it if we put our minds to it.
All right, so I'm gonna start making a list on all the hiking gear we need. Possible needing something to dig ourselves down.
You gonna go camping with me out here at the, Skinwalker Ranch?
Depending on the time of the year now, because at nighttime it gets pretty cold. So we're gonna do it like when it gets a little bit hotter, so I don't have to bring a space heater.
Yeah, let's do it in Utah summer, so that you're not dying of heat down there.
Oh my God. And then wintertime we'll go hiking to go find the gold.
Deal, let's do it.
I agree with that. These are really, really interesting topics for urban legends, and I was having fun researching Arizona.
I had a lot of fun searching Utah's. So if you guys have an interesting urban legend about your place, then please let us know.
And also let us know if you believe that these urban legends are true. Give us your opinions on our topics of Utah and Arizona. And if you live in the same state, please tell us what we probably didn't even know about. We love to hear more and learn more about it.
I still don't
Also,
believe that there's any whales at the Great Salt Lake. I'm gonna state that
I
now.
don't believe that either, and I can't believe that is a law.
It really
Like
is though. Look it up.
now I'm gonna start looking up every state law. Like I want to know if every state has a unique law, especially because I want to look up Arizona. But also before we end this podcast, I would like to announce. So earlier this week, I did give our mother technically first starting off merch for our podcast. Now I know it's a little early, but we love our design so much from our sister, and we obviously want our close family members to promote our podcast. So I think that maybe before or maybe next episode might be an announcement of a merch website going on.
I think we can make that happen. I'm
I
definitely
think
interested.
I think that's a very good idea. If we get that going, we will be posting on our Facebook and TikTok some previews of some merch that we created for two of them for our mother. I made her a little tote bag and a shirt, and I made our sister a tote bag as well. So they have their own little, you know, merch going on. They're bringing out. They're already using it. They're already loving it, and I can't wait till we show you some previews of it. And we might get that going. So if you guys are interested in that merch or wanting some merch, then keep a lookout for an announcement.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. All right, this is where we're gonna call it tonight. I know that we say we will post or go on every morning, but um obviously we had a few setbacks,
Mm.
of few setbacks.
I'm working through it. Like this is where we are unique is we do have our own personal issues and I am having a borderline episode, but we still talked about what our topic was and it is about powering through, choosing what is important and what's not.
Exactly. And even then, if we hope you guys understand if one day we don't end up posting a podcast be due to these reasons, we are just starting off and we are trying to be consistent as possible. And today was like, I think the only day that we did not be consistent, obviously.
Yeah, it was a
But
lot of also prior engagements, and we had family stuff going on. Both of us did. And yes, I am having an episode still carrying on from previous, but I mean, I think we pulled it off.
yeah, I mean, we still got our episode out there and we still wanted you guys to hear our interesting stories that we found. And on that note, with urban legends out there, stay safe.
Yeah, definitely watch out for any UFOs.
Also, check back in the backseat of your car before you go driving.
Still one of my favorite urban legends ever.
It really is. It really is. I now kind of want to rewatch that movie. You made me want to rewatch it.
I know. I want to find it now. We, we should definitely do that tonight. All right. I hope you guys all stay safe out there. And I mean, if you guys have any interesting urban legend facts, please let us know. We'd love learning new things.
Love learning new things, new stories, and obviously we don't have next week's topic going on, but please, please, please give us ideas. Give us a story you want to hear about. Give us something that we probably have not heard about. We will talk about anything and everything. All right, you lovely mystery seekers. We hope you have a good night and we love you.
We will see you all next week.
Bye.